how I hate it. So like, a few people have asked me why I left the community, and like, there's a little video summing up why I left the community and why I hate it. But it was actually a specific person that made me quit the community, and he goes with a name as Enysmo or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce the name. If you don't know who that is, he's a Friday Night fucking modder with 700 subscribers and 200 followers on Twitter. He's definitely not the best person to be friends with, considering what he's done to me and a few other people. One, he's a racist. Two, he's like a complete jerk to people. It's like a few people, I saw like a few tweets about him and stuff. Not a few, but like at least one. And I was kind of surprised by this, since I thought I was the only person that happened to that I was the only person that he's done this to. He was the original composer for the Mary mod, which I took down because of some controversy that I've gotten into with him. And I took down the mod, and I didn't really want to talk about it since it made me a little bit nervous. But now I'm actually talking about it. I don't think he's ever gonna respond, since he literally runs away when trying to talk about stuff to him. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He doesn't handle stuff maturely for his age. He's 16 and acts like an 8-year-old. Okay, anyway, so like, this dude's really racist. I remember him saying stuff like, oh, why is the N-word racist? It's so cool, and like, just blurting it out at times. I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know why I didn't take that as a red flag from this guy. He's definitely racist. He says, I'm not racist. Then you proceed to say the N-word like it's nothing, and like, he says like, oh, it's so cool. It's not. He thinks that's like some kind of quirky saying that he's not allowed to say because he's a different race, which is true. He can't say it because he's white. You know it's racist. How about you get off the laptop for months, read a book. You learn this in school. I've been learning this term in school my whole life, and even I know it's racist. Do you not pay attention in class? You learn this type of stuff in like 3rd grade or something, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember which grade I was in when I first learned about this, but he should definitely know that that's racist. He uses the excuse, there's not a lot of black people here in Russia or Ukraine. That's not an excuse, because you have the internet and you know it's racist. That's not a very valid excuse. Now, here comes definitely one of the hardest parts of me talking about. He's like, oh, can you draw some SW? I mean, he didn't. I actually drew it first, so like, I'm definitely in the wrong for that. He then proceeds to say, oh, I don't like it and stuff, blah blah blah. Then he's like, I'm like drawing and stuff, doing my own thing, and he's like messaging me. I'm like, hi, can I help you? And then he's like, he's like, can you draw more of the stuff? I'm like, okay. So like, I did it. He starts asking me to draw it more. I'm like, oh my god. It was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I still did it anyway, so I'm definitely still in the wrong for that, and I apologize for that. It took me so long to realize what an asshole this guy was to me, and I genuinely feel bad. He's been like a terrible person to other people, and I was actually there a few times when like he was like bashing on someone for their music sounding a little bit kind of bad, but he kind of has no space because like his music kind of sucks too, and then he gets all hurt when other people say like, oh, your music sucks. Here's something that my friend has to say from like their experience with him, I guess.
Yeah, so like Enysmo, or like however you pronounce his name, it's like Enysmo. That's so goofy. Ever since knowing his existence like 10 months ago, I gotta say I never really liked him. The first time I talked to him on Discord, he like acted extremely dry to me, and I still don't know why. I never really thought much of it though, until like 4 months later, where like a specific someone was exposed to drawing Nazi for work. Me and Unusual are gonna find evidence against this guy because Nazi for work is gross, and this person is gross, still is gross. And all of a sudden, Enysmo. He joined, and I kid you not, one of the first things he said when he joined the group chat was the hard R, like the entire N word. Like, who starts a conversation like that? Like, please tell me. And he didn't even have the N word pass, which makes things even worse. Then he added like a stupid blushing emoji to like the end of the word, as like it was some sort of joke. But then he deleted the message like 5 seconds later. I thought there was gonna be no way for Unusual to be okay with this, but then like from what I gather, Enysmo, he like manipulated her into thinking this stuff was okay, which it really isn't. But like 6 months later, where and Unusual supposedly stopped talking, they didn't, by the way. I tried convincing Unusual that Esmo was a bad person, but for some reason Unusual kept like offending him. I don't know why. He must have really tricked her then. Like if she really defended Dad. That's like kind of sad. Like this can happen to like anyone. Like Enysmo is like one of the main reasons Unusual lost like most of her friends, which is a real shame. And he like kept talking to her like nothing happened. I tried to like tell Unusual how bad Esmo was, but she wouldn't listen to me for some reason. So then I went to go tell Esmo that to at least show some decency into like talking to her, because what he was doing there was not okay. He still does this. But like for some reason, at first he was acting super nice to me, like overly nice. I was like, oh, maybe he did change. Haha. And then like 5 minutes later, he was like tired of me or something because he said, oh, kill yourself. Then I sat there and thought to myself, oh, I guess he didn't change. Haha, that's hilarious. I then like told Unusual about like, what happened with me and him. She was upset at first, but then she thanked me like a day later because she finally realized that Esmo was a bad person. So, oh yeah, on the same day, Esmo tried to apologize to me for saying, kill yourself. And like, that made no sense to me, because if you tell someone to kill themselves and then apologize a day later, what if they do kill themselves during that time period? We're talking to no one, you stupid poopy head. What can I say? I can't really be surprised about that with like his extremely long Tarzan hair block and I would say I hope he changes in like the future, but like he already said, ooh, I changed like at least 12 times since I met him. Like each being in the span of 2 weeks. How do you stop being racist in 2 weeks? Where's the logic behind that? But yeah, that's like all I really want to say.
At times he would just tell me to kill myself and then try and patch it up with the I love you. I mean I like when people tell me that they love me, but like he still hurt me many times, and he expected me to forgive him after he told me to kill myself. He said I was ugly before, and he also told me to shut up when I was asking if he's okay. That's definitely all I have to say. This guy genuinely looks like he smells like nickels and drinks white Gatorade. I kind of hope he chokes on a cheese stick, and definitely stay away from this guy. Don't send him any hate, just stay away from him. It's probably for the best to report him or block him.